I need you to get this into your head so you can learn something, okay? Like, you need to learn this. You don't know anything. You are regurgitating right-wing talking points that are empty. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
What's going on? What's your take?
So I'm a 19-year-old conservative.
I'm a little too young for that.
No. I just voted in my first primary, actually.
Nikki Haley, right?
No. Trump.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
What? What's wrong with Trump?
everything.
I mean, everything.
I heard you guys like,
Essay verdict.
I heard
Defrauding
you,
a children's charity.
I heard you
Yeah,
guys
go
were
ahead.
like going against Trump and like everything, but I want to be fair and hear what you got to say about Biden. I mean, even though he froze like twice in events, like in the Juneteenth event, like
It didn't
No.
happen.
No, he
No?
didn't. You gotta
No, he
watch
didn't.
him speak, man, because he actually speaks really concisely and really clear. And unlike Trump, it follows the previous thought that pops into his head. You should check out Joe Biden speak more, because
Joe Biden.
I've watching both of them all the time. I don't know. You guys just literally say this. And by the way, this was on CNN. I want to point this out. This was brought up on CNN by a strategist that I was watching. They're like, yeah, I think that Trump has conditioned and MAGA has conditioned America to believe that Joe Biden is incoherent and it's going to hurt them in the debate. And
CNN
I have been screaming this.
CNN's a lie. I don't trust CNN. It's not a good news source.
What do you trust?
I trust. If I say, you're probably gonna laugh, but
Is it gonna be the news agency that has nearly $800 million or $1 billion in lawsuits?
bingo. I love.
Okay, that's who you trust, right? The one that was
Yeah,
sued
the-
successfully
so-
for defamation.
Do you
I
know
trust
that
Fox.
they tried to cover themselves from a lawsuit by saying that no reasonable person would believe that they're a news organization?
It's
Are you aware of
lies.
that?
Yes,
Huh?
I heard of that. It's a bunch of lies.
No, that's what
That's what they
Fox
said.
News claimed. That's Fox News argument in court.
Yeah, of course. Of course they're going to claim that because I know they don't want to get more in trouble with the law, but they know the truth on top of that.
So they
And on
under oath, under penalty of perjury, said that their position is they believe that nobody would take them seriously as a news organization.
They never said that because
They
I trust
did
them.
in court. That was their argument. I can pull it up for if you like.
It's okay. I could probably understand why you think that, but CNN lies a
That's
lot.
what they
too.
said.
I think
I'm not
CNN
talking
should
about
be-
CNN. I'm talking about a political pundit, a political analyst making the assessment, and correctly so, that this is going to backfire on the Republicans, you guys saying that he's incoherent, because he's very clearly not. And having listened to both of them speak, Donald Trump is out of his mind. He's very clearly suffering from, I don't think it's early onset, but he's very clearly suffering from aggressive dementia, from rapid accelerating dementia.
That's funny because I thought Biden already had that because
No.
he's shaking hands with the
In
air.
fact, no, he
Didn't happen.
didn't. Nope, didn't happen.
No,
Nope.
No, Trump thinks Joan Rivers endorsed him.
And she died in 2014. No, Joe Biden did not shake hands with her. He gestured at the crowd, and you guys take these clips out of context. Again,
But the crowd-
I love that. Listen, I'm just trying to help you. It's funny to me is that when I give these guys like a cheat sheet, literally like the cheat codes to understanding what they need to do and not do to win the election, they argue with me about it. Despite the fact I've been right a lot. I was right in
But let-
2018, 2020,
I know.
2022. I've been right about most things. I say I probably have like a 95% right rate.
2022 we won the House. 2022 we won the House.
No,
Narrowly.
that was the worst midterm election in 87 years. You guys were poised to win plus 35 seat, and you won.
can do better.
You won 14.
We can do better
You
this
also-
year.
No, you're
You
not
won't.
gonna.
You guys are on track to being the least productive Congress in history.
So
I don't know what record you guys have to come back to and say, "Oh, we're going to do better."
okay,
next time.
whatever, man. Argue with me. I don't care. Thanks. I appreciate it. You're gonna. I'm literally giving you guys the playbook, and you dudes are like, nah. It's like if I was playing a football game. I was like, here's our next move. Here's our
I just
next
wanna-
play. We're gonna pass it right up the middle, 15 yards, and you're like, no, they're
just
not.
wanna-
They're gonna run it.
I just want to know something right now. How is this the least productive Congress when the Senate's not even passing anything the House has passed?
This is the least productive Congress. Congress has
Senate's
not
not
sent
doing
any
it.
decent. In fact, has blocked more bills that the Senate has sent to them in history.
Because they're all liberals and they're a bunch of Democrat
Republicans vote for these bills too.
So recently they had the spending package that the Republicans initially blocked. They blocked it over Maui funding, and they blocked it for a long time. They literally said like, oh, we don't want to fund, or you're not funding Maui, but also refused to sign off on the funding. Fought that for like, I don't know, a year, and then turned around and signed off on it. But they signed off on the funding the Democrats wanted, but they didn't sign off on the border bill that the Republicans asked for. They couldn't even get their own bill passed. There wasn't.
Stuff in there that need to
no,
be
there
changed.
wasn't. Okay, what was it that needed to be changed?
Like catch and release was still in there. There was a couple of
catch and release is a talking point. Catch and release does not have anything to do with public policy at all. It is an ambiguous talking point. It is what's called equivocation.
And I understand that the Republican did draft. I understand that a Republican drafted a bill, but at the same time, he did not go stronger. I think he could have gone stronger on this bill.
You're aware the Republicans were going to vote for it until Donald Trump told them not to because it would give.
That's not true.
It would give. I can play it for you right now. I can play for you for Mitt Romney right now.
That's okay. Mitt Romney, another rhino.
No, it's not just Mitt Romney. Donald Trump said, "Don't do the deal." He's literally on True Social said, "Don't do the deal."
Yeah, he said it, but that doesn't mean they have to follow it. And first of all,
so they were going to pass it. They walked into the Congress chambers that day with the intention to pass it, and Donald Trump told them no, and they didn't do it.
You haven't, though.
You haven't.
I have read some of it.
You said catch and release. Catch and release isn't in the bill because it's not a public policy position. It's a colloquial. It's a platitude. It's used. It doesn't mean anything. What does catch and release mean?
It means you catch them and then you just let them go.
What is that? I don't.
Oh, really in depth.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
You catch the immigrant, and because he's doing something wrong, and then you lock him up, and the next day you just let him go.
Let him go where? They're not locked up.
Just go around the country and just let him live his life without any green card, documentation, or anything. Basically.
What are you talking about? They don't have a release program unless they qualify for asylum or there's a bug in here or an equal plan.
Let me
see again. You're just saying this. Like I said, it's a vague, ambiguous thing. You mean they're following the law? Hold on. You mean they're following the law of allowing asylum seekers? Yes.
That's why Joe Biden ended remain in Mexico policy, and the Supreme Court withheld it and put it back up into law. Right?
No. The Fifth Circuit put it back into place.
It was largely conservative.
Which is largely conservative.
Trump appointees.
And bless them.
Again, you have not told me what's in the bill, man, because the Republicans went there with the intention of signing off on this, and then they didn't.
I remember reading it. I did not agree with a lot of things in it. I remember reading
it. You read the bill.
You said you didn't read all of it.
I didn't read all of it, but I remember some parts. Not all of it.
How many more border agents did it add?
What was that?
How many more border agents did it add?
Like a bunch.
Okay.
Welcome to
you read it, all right.
Show.
But there was a lot of things. There was not a lot.
It's 1,000.
You are ignoring what I'm saying, man. They went into the chamber with intention to sign it and then did not sign it because Trump told them no. It was co-written by Republicans.
Any specific Republican senators?
For what?
That you said that we're going to vote for it? Because I know...
Yes, they
Romney,
all were.
They did vote for it. Romney, 70-some to 20.
I don't like Romney. Romney's a traitor.
I know you guys hate principle.
So what? He told the truth. Donald Trump even tweeted. Donald Trump even sent it out on True Social. Donald Trump killed the bill, and you're trying to deny it, which is just lunacy. There's audio recordings. Mitch McConnell talked about it. Mitt Romney talked about it. Donald Trump posted it on True Social. How much more do you need?
Mitch McConnell even urged them not to vote for it afterwards.
No, he didn't.
After Donald Trump told them to not do it.
Oh my God.
And he voted for it.
I don't know what you're not getting about this. And I don't think McConnell did.
That's why I'm glad Speaker Johnson didn't even bring it to the House. It was worthless, the bill. I understand that you're going to say I didn't read it, blah, blah, blah.
I know you think that it's worthless, but you haven't been able to say what the Republicans' contention with this bill was, because there wasn't one.
Oh, yeah.
What was the contention with the bill? And if this is true, man, and this is the most gaslighty thing on the planet. If this is true, why haven't they reintroduced the bill the way they wanted to do it?
Because they don't have the votes in the Senate.
Why not just reintroduce it with whatever's bothering them about it? Why haven't they told us why have they not told us? Hold on. Why have they not told us what bothered them about it?
Didn't they do that? Didn't they have a whole press conference and everything, and they told them why they weren't voting for it and why it happened?
They had no idea. It was all things that were all previously agreed to.
Like, I remember specifically. Okay, fine. I need to do more research on this bill. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember reading it though. I just remember certain parts of the bill, maybe not the whole thing at the time. I'll reread it.
I'm going to be real with you, man. Even if you do read the bill, your understanding of immigration law is so poor, I don't think it would help you.
Do you believe? Let me ask you a question. Do you believe Joe Biden is the most competent president ever?
Bro, what the?
Do you believe Joe Biden?
What question is that? The most competent president?
What is most competent?
How are we
mean?
measuring that?
Do you not believe Joe Biden? Do you believe Joe Biden is incompetent?
I think he's gotten a lot done, especially with the accusation that he's somehow infirm. I think what he's been able to accomplish in the last 4 years has been pretty significant.
Like an EV mandate, right? Like we need that, right? An EV mandate, right?
An EV mandate? We don't have an EV mandate.
Remember, he signed it back. Remember that EV mandate?
He signed it back. We don't have
by the year 2030 something that they would get rid of all gas powered cars.
That's an initiative.
Yeah. So there's federal government vehicles that they are trying to go EV.
They didn't say that.
There are credit requirements for electric vehicles and carbon emission taxes in certain areas that limit what they can do.
But why would we need that though? Why is he?
So is he incompetent, or did he pass this disastrous thing that you think? I'm so confused.
Okay, let me tell you. I mean, let me slow down. He's incompetent because sometimes he slurs a lot of words.
So does Trump.
Trump barely.
You want me to play you something?
Oh, I know what you got.
I got it.
From a few days ago. No, hang on.
Here, you play that one. I'll look it up really quick.
I know what you. Go ahead, play it. Please.
Joe Biden's forming, granting mass singer.
He's forming, granting mass. There's another one.
Gosh, it's not a speech impediment.
I know words. I have the best words. Joe Biden, this guy. In 1870. President Ulysses S. Grant, that beautiful Orion space capsule, the combat infantryman badge our nation as a sovereign country. A lot of work has been done, a lot of renovation. If you look at some of it, defensive missions and missiles, your devotion, prowess, then you will gain momentum. Heroin alone, if you look at the heroin epidemic, the federal government is conducting an aggressive investigation and to delegitimize.
You keep going.
Okay, so he made a couple mistakes.
You're using that.
It meant something by
Hannibal Lecter.
Really anomalous. You're going to see some statistics.
There's like a half a dozen videos of compilations of him not being able to speak. Donald Trump cannot speak. He does not make coherent sense.
More than Joe Biden does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as someone that's listened to both, and as someone that's listened to both of them a lot.
Does Trump fall down the stairs? Does he fall off the stage? Does he like?
So are we talking incoherent, or are we talking people just doing human things? Do you trip? Do you fall down? But do you trip? Do you fall? So Joe Biden's fallen down like what, twice in 4 years?
He literally can't find where the stage to go. He can't literally find.
Do you fall down?
Okay, I have a compilation for that too.
Are you serious? Like,
yeah, I have a compilation of Donald Trump getting lost.
Let me guess. You're gonna bring up that picture where he's holding somebody.
It's not a picture. No. Do you want me to play it?
Yeah, let's play it.
Well, let's do it. Here it is, right here. 1 second. Hey, 1 second. Stop.
All right.
Just gonna use your standard here. Full size this. Flip camera. There we go. This is Donald Trump getting lost, okay? He's supposed to sign something here, and he walked out.
He doesn't look
See that? He has to be called back by Pence, okay? And here's another one. This is him with Netanyahu.
Okay.
Walking off. There's him getting lost on his way to his limo.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to show you guys over here. See my phone. Oh, it's over that. It's over that. Look. Oh.
But at least.
Again.
And here's the signing where he walked out before signing a bill.
Okay, so sometimes you can forget.
It's them. G20 walking off again. Has to be called back.
Look at the defending of Donald Trump. Like, he really tried here.
Sometimes you can forget. Sometimes you can get a little lost. But Joe Biden's always lost.
What is the difference?
Joe Biden
What's
is
the
not.
difference?
Okay.
Joe Biden needs to hold somebody's hand to go to his helicopter.
Let me ask you a question.
What's the difference between him being lost and him having dementia?
Okay, who's really the strong-minded here? Joe Biden or
Joe
Trump?
Biden, yes.
This is crazy. Like
the guy that doesn't want to nuke the hurricane, the guy that doesn't say that Joan Rivers and Hannibal Lecter endorsed him, the guy that doesn't go on fucking long-ass meandering stories about magnets or electrocution versus being bitten by a shark.
All I know about magnets, for every one instance you can give of Joe Biden messing up, we can give you 5 or 10 of Trump.
Okay, so like
from this year.
So right, when he said America can be called in one simple word.
He said opportunity. If you play the full clip, the word was opportunity.
I did not hear opportunity at all. I would have heard
because you didn't watch the clip.
I literally
gotta start
watched the
He
whole
stuttered and then
all this
went
shit.
into a story about the Himalayas, and he said the word to she was opportunity.
That's not what he said. I know.
Do you want me to play that too and disprove you?
Sure,
Yeah.
please. please.
Great, let's find it.
I should put Instagram up over on this computer so that I
crazy.
can.
It's crazy how you think Joe Biden needs another term to make this country even worse than where it is already.
You don't know anything about politics, kid.
Yes, I do.
I've been studying this since you were in. Listen for a second. I've been studying politics since you were in diapers. You don't know anything. And I'll prove it. Can you tell me 3 good things that Trump did while he was in office? 3 things, policies that he passed.
The First Step Act.
He wants. Hold on. Now he wants to unalive those people.
He does not want to unalive those people.
Really? You want to bet?
You're gonna take any little word that Trump says and then you're gonna cut it.
I'll play it for you right now. I'm not gonna cut it. It's about a 2 minute. It's about a 2 minute segment. 1 second.
Like the bloodbath video. Remember? He was talking. Right, exactly.
But considering he already tried to overthrow the United States government, I'm not really, I'm not going to go ahead and mince words about him being like, oh my God, well, did he mean it or not? No, we're just going to go ahead and take it at face value, okay?
How did he overthrow the United States government?
Listen, I know, I know that we'll get into, yes, let's lose this argument for you first, and then we'll come on to the next one to lose, all right?
Sure. It's crazy.
I focused on nonviolent crime. As an example, a woman who you know very well was in jail. She had 24 more years to serve. She served for 22 years. She had
Alice Johnson.
Alice.
She was in the Super Bowl.
High quality. Yeah. I said, how many years? And she was on a telephone call, and they were involved in selling marijuana, mostly marijuana. And she got like 50 years in jail.
But she'd be killed under your plan.
Huh?
As a drug dealer.
No. Under that, it would depend on the severity. It would depend on the severity.
She's technically a former drug dealer. She had multi-million-dollar cocaine ring.
Any drug dealer, look.
So even Alice Johnson in that ad.
She can't do it, okay? By the way, if that was there, no, she wouldn't be killed. It would start as of now, so you wouldn't go to the past.
I know, but your policy.
No, starting now, yeah. But she wouldn't have done it.
Starting now. Like right now.
Blah, 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 because she was a drug dealer or whatever, okay? Like,
anyways, I got that one word clip.
And I said what many of you heard me say for a long time. I said, yes, I can. In one word, possibilities.
No.
Catch that?
No. That's not the. That's
the same clip.
No.
That's the full clip.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, watch him cope, you little whiner. It's the clip. Possibility.
Go find it. All right, why don't you go find the clip then? The full clip. Why don't you find about 2 minutes of it? Hey guys, if you are enjoying the show, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And if you want to support the channel, you guys can become a YouTube member on this channel, or preferably join the Patreon in the link tree in the bio. Also in the link tree is my TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and the OK Hi YouTube, which I post news to on a regular basis. Enjoy the rest of the show.
So that clip I saw where he was smearing his word, that was all made up.
Yes.
You guys have this really bizarro propensity to like ignore, like I'll prove it to you. When was the last time you watched a Joe Biden speech all the way through?
Was the State of the Union where he was yelling at everybody.
What part did he mess up? Okay, so he wasn't incoherent in that one, right?
He wasn't, because they shot him up with something apparently.
Oh, of course.
see the cope. Look at the copium. Was it copium? Was that what they got him with, or is that what you take it? It
was something. It was something
because
he was yelling. He was
Look at
yelling.
the bizarro cope.
Yelling,
this is what you do. Right. You can't deal with the fact. This is what's going to happen next week if Donald Trump doesn't show up. If he shows up. If he doesn't show up, he's weak. But if Donald Trump shows up next week, he's going to get the kicked out of him. He's already saying that I might lose. No, listen, he's already saying I might lose the debate on purpose. He's saying, Joe Biden, I want a drug test. He's saying, oh, he's going to have an earpiece in. He's saying a whole bunch of different stuff. Because he knows your party. And I keep telling you, remember when I said about telling them the entire playbook and they still refuse to acknowledge it? Your party has conditioned Americans to think that Joe Biden is incoherent. And you're about to get the shit kicked out of you next week. It's going to go ugly. It's going to be ugly. There won't be anybody going, oh, he's incoherent. It won't happen.
Joe Biden's losing this. He's losing this 100%.
He's 50 to 48 in a Fox News poll.
Oh.
The one you trust, by the way.
Oh no, Joe
By 2
Biden's
points.
Joe Biden's in a
By 2
no,
points.
Joe Biden's
okay.
in a hold on a second. Joe Biden's in a dead heat. It doesn't matter though, because you think that Joe Biden's incoherent, and you haven't been able to give me a single thing that he did that was. So hold on, is he hopped up on drugs all the time or just during the State of the Union?
He could be hopped on drugs at an important event like the State of the Union.
Okay, so I watched him in the Everytown speech about 4 or 5 days ago, where he spoke for 25 minutes and didn't mess up once.
The time he read the teleprompter and he said, pause.
Yes, so yes, and quickly, says President Trump, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. Listen, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't think you're the one to be challenging other people's coherence.
What are you talking about? Because I seen this.
It's a bit like a serial killer being judgy about murder.
What? So you're telling me, Tommy, right? Joe Biden is just perfect. I mean, not perfect, maybe not. He's just this normal man, and the Republicans are demonizing him. And they're just
you guys don't watch him.
Yes.
I watch him all the time, and I watch Donald Trump speak, and he is incoherent as all. Donald Trump makes no sense. He has very clear dementia. He thinks that John Deere makes elevators. He thinks that Hannibal Lecter endorsed him. He thinks he's running against Barack Obama, and Barack Obama is going to get us into World War II. Yes, he's losing his ever-living mind, and you guys are not paying attention.
Dead French president, right? When he met the dead French
Mitterrand versus Macron.
Those names are pretty close.
Mitterrand and Macron.
You see,
they didn't tell you that in the news. Did they? Hold on. Did you know that name before now? No, you didn't, because not a single one of the articles that I read put the names in it from your guys' side. You know why? Because it would have been obvious. Mitterrand versus Macron. Oh, it's not Biden, it's Badon.
Oh, like he said that his uncle was eaten by cannibals, right? Right?
He speculated.
Sure he did.
No, that's not what he said. He said the body was never recovered, and he speculated that it was because of cannibals. You guys just make shit up. It's crazy to me how you take these few second clips and you context clip it, and then you go, oh my God, he's incoherent. And no matter how much I try and tell these guys, right? No matter how much I try and tell these guys, like, hey,
is that the same way
you're running into a problem here. You're conditioning people to think that he's lost it.
Isn't that the same thing you do with Trump, though? Like,
No. Everything with Donald Trump is fully in context. We play the full thing for you and ask you to evaluate it. And every time we've done that here, you've had nothing to respond to with. What the does it mean that magnets go poof in water? What does it mean when he says that there were airports in 1776 or that he ran against Obama? Can you make sense of that?
I'm telling you right now, America's doing worse under Joe Biden. Inflation is up.
Yeah, what did Joe Biden do to cause inflation?
Inflation's actually down.
What policies?
They were down when they were under Donald Trump? No.
We're talking about a post-COVID economy and pre-COVID economy here.
Okay, but
we knew that it was gonna. What?
We could bring back that type of inflation. We can bring it back under better policy.
How? What policies?
Well, first off, we can reopen the Keystone Pipeline. First of all,
Keystone was not operational and wouldn't have been going to Americans anyways.
What do you mean? Did Joe Biden?
It was a Canadian-owned pipeline? No, and it was shut down under Donald Trump.
That has nothing to do with inflation.
We can bring back energy independence like we were under Trump.
We are the most energy independent nation as is, and are producing a record number of oil.
Why we're going to Saudi Arabia and we're going to all these other countries like Venezuela and all that to get our oil and all that?
We import.
We were doing that under Trump.
To refine. Yeah, we were doing that under Trump, dude. In fact,
no, we weren't.
We were doing it more under
Yes,
Trump.
we were.
We were getting oil from Texas. We were getting oil from the States. We weren't getting oil from Saudi
Arabia. Listen for a second, okay? We are more oil and energy independent than we were under Trump. And that has nothing to do with Biden or Trump. Oil does. Kinda.
So we can't bring back our $2 gas. We can't bring back our dollar gas. We can't do that. It's just simply impossible.
Bro, I don't know where the these people lived at. Gas was not $2 for most of the Trump presidency. It dropped down during the pandemic, and you guys hyper fixate on that and ignore everything else.
Let me just let you know something.
Do you can I make this point? You're aware that nothing that you have said is new. Nothing that you have said at all.
I understand
it's the
that.
Same story every single time. It's the same talking points. It's not original. It's not intelligent. It's not informed. It's just talking points that they hand you. And I'm dubbing it, I dubbed it the other day, I'm calling it aerial bombardment. Similar to a Gish Gallop, but you just run through talking points.
You need to drill it in your head.
Run through talking points. You don't know What is OPEC? What is OPEC?
OPEC is an oil company.
No.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
So someone taught me wrong.
See, you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. You have just been told stuff, and it's easy for you to regurgitate because you don't have to know anything to regurgitate it.
So you're telling me, okay, it's like, because why is like meat so expensive these days? Why is eggs so expensive?
I want you to listen. I want you to listen really, really crystally clear. Okay, just really pay attention to this. Our economy is doing better than about 70% of the world when it comes to inflation. It's actually a little bit more, 75%.
Compared to the rest of the world, sure. Compared to the rest of the world, sure. But we're still doing bad because we were cheaper and we were more and we could afford things.
We knew, I know, we knew that inflation was coming. We were warned under Trump. You weren't paying attention.
Exactly. And
we were warned that inflation was coming. No, not by Trump, dude. We were warned by economists that it was coming. We knew it was coming, and it did. And you guys are surprised, like, oh my God, I can't believe the economists said we would have inflation, but Joe Biden did it.
These are like, okay, like, because we need to because we need to bring some conservative action policies into law again. I think we do need that. I think America needs
what?
that.
You don't have any policies?
Like what?
Don't have any policies.
The ones that Congress could pass, the ones that a conservative majority could pass in both chambers. If we had a conservative majority,
what would they pass? You don't know, do you?
We could pass energy independence. We could pass.
You can't pass energy
what
independence.
What is the bill?
We are
more energy independent now.
We're more energy independent now than we have been in 70 years. Okay, so you don't have any policies. You remember what I said about you not knowing anything?
We can pass bills.
I need you to get this into your head so you can learn something, okay? Like, you need to learn this. You don't know anything. You are regurgitating right-wing talking points that are empty.
I'm telling you.
It gives you the power of thinking that you know because you run through talking points without any regard as to whether or not they were proven or disproven. Like I said, I'm calling it aerial bombardment. It's a little bit different than gush galloping.
Let me just
throw in the kitchen sink.
Let me just put this in.
Is it a policy that I asked for?
Nope.
So you don't think conservative policies can work?
What policies?
I asked you for a policy.
Any recent, like, past or present conservative
right,
policy?
like the 10 Commandments in school?
It's okay. It's not a big issue.
Is that a beneficial policy in any meaningful way?
In the state of
Nope.
In the state of Louisiana, a conservative Republican and a conservative majority in both chambers.
You understand, Louisiana is one of the most impoverished and crime-ridden states in our union, and somehow or another, the 10 Commandments is going to deter that. Is going to remedy any of those issues.
Need to learn some Jesus. I'm sorry, Jesus needs to be taught.
The Republicans need to learn that.
Really quick,
not
you're
charitable.
Aware that Donald Trump has violated at least 6 of them, and your party has violated in its totality at least 1.
But God forgives, though. God forgives.
He's never asked for forgiveness. He never apologized to E. Jean Carroll or any of the companies that he screwed over and stole from and extorted.
I don't want to get into that.
He continually weaponizes his base. He continually weaponizes his base to go after people that oppose him in really abhorrent, disgusting, despicable ways. He posts people's family members to social media and they're getting threats. In what world is that okay?
So you're saying
that's a Christian to you?
Is that him personally doing that? No.
Yes, it is.
Posted
him saying fuck him when it comes to his vice president nearly dying.
He posts people to his page and they get threats. And he knows that this is, hold on a second. He knows that this is happening. He knows that when he posts stuff to his page, people will go after those people because he has literally been told this in the indictments. He has been indicted over doing this very thing.
You mean that fake indictment stuff? Yeah, sure.
Not a fake indictment. He has been indicted because people like Ruby Friedman, Shay Moss, Ben Raffensperger, various people across the country, even his own lawyers have been targeted by his loyal following because he posts their information on social media. It's
called stochastic terrorism.
So he did.
It's called stochastic terrorism.
Well, he's not right for doing that, but it's not the.
That's not Christian, man. That's not Christian. He has no redeeming quality.
What world is that
redeeming
moral?
Quality he has? Can you tell me a redeeming quality Donald Trump has?
He's very kind. He's very nice.
He's very kind.
No,
was he
he's
very
not.
kind when he was he very kind when he mocked the disabled reporter? When he told people to beat people up at his rally? When he tried to violently overthrow the United States government?
He not called veterans. He called John McCain that.
Oh, thank you for proving my point. Well, dubs for me, I guess.
So he wasn't. Maybe his words weren't like good to you.
Stop defending him. It's embarrassing, man. You're better than that.
What has he done that's comparable?
Better than that. Yeah, what has Biden done that's comparable to that?
He literally called the Fox News reporter SOB.
Because he is one.
But that's nice.
I'm not claiming he's Jesus. But the difference is I can be like, okay, sure, that's a dickhead thing to say. You can't. You can't. You're like, oh, this guy's an amazing person. And no matter how much we give you for evidence that he's not, he's a despicable human with absolutely no reading qualities.
You can't say that. You don't know what he does.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can say that because like 200 people came out of his administration, quit and said, this guy's the worst person to be in this position.
No, they didn't.
Bill Barr said it.
Yeah, Bill Barr is now supporting him.
His own VP hasn't endorsed him.
Okay, let me let you know something. Bill Barr's endorsing him again.
John Kelly came out. John Kelly's a lifelong Republican. He's called him. He's an evil person. John Bolton. I know. The problem is never Trump. It's everybody calling him out. Listen, man, let's get something straight, okay? You think that he's a good person. There have been hundreds of people that worked in his administrations like, this guy's not good. There are people that have resigned, people that have whistleblown. This guy has defrauded a children's cancer charity, defrauded people at Trump University. He stole money his entire life by being a persistent fraudster. He tried to overthrow the United States government. Hold on, stop talking, thanks. He tried to overthrow the United States government. His organization has been found guilty of 17 felony criminal tax fraud charges. Okay, Alan Weisselberg went to prison. I'm still not done. He has 30 essay allegations. He was proven to have essayed a woman in court. He talked about his daughter and said, is it wrong that I'm more attracted to my daughter than I am my wife? She was 13 at the time. He continues to talk about his daughter in vile ways publicly. And John Kelly said, I had to constantly remind him that Ivanka was his daughter. He is an evil man. That's what he said. This guy has no redeeming qualities. He tried to overthrow the government. He tried to influence people by using and weaponizing his base. You have nothing. He's a despicable person on every level. And you don't have any redeeming qualities about him. Period.
First of all,
you know why he's running for president, man? He doesn't give a shit about you. You're aware of that, right?
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He's running so he can stay out of prison because he's facing life in prison for being a career criminal. He's not going to go
to prison if he wins or loses.
Yes, he is. If he is not convicted, he's going to prison. I don't know what you don't get about that. He's going to be indicted. And listen, there's more outstanding. There's a seditious conspiracy charge waiting on him. There is the January 6th charges. There's the documents cases. And there's another batch of charges that haven't even come through there. That's enough to put him in jail for life. There's the Georgia case. If he's convicted in the Georgia case, it's a mandatory minimum of 5 years, and they're pissed. So he ain't getting the minimum. They're going to lock his ass up. Arizona is waiting charges. Michigan.
Wisconsin,
waiting charges. Nevada, waiting charges.
Okay.
I don't know what you're not getting about this. He's running because he wants to avoid going to prison for the rest of his life. And if he does become president, and I want you to remember these words really clearly for 4 years from now, if he does become president, he's going to violently try and remain president by any means necessary.
No, he's not.
He's going to tell people to inflict.
He tried it last time. What would make you think he's not?
He tried it.
Happened?
Yeah. He tried it last time because he lost. He tried it last time because he lost. And he's going to try it again this next time. And the stakes are higher because if he loses, he goes to prison for the rest of his life. No, it's not. Nothing I've said is a lie. Name one thing I said that was a lie.
He's not going to overthrow the government. He's not going to.
Then why did he do it the first time?
Why did he do it the first time?
You want to know what happened?
I know you think you know what happened.
He lost his what happened.
Can you tell me how I accurately called months in advance that when Donald Trump lost there would be violence? Can you tell me that? Because I have videos from 2020 saying that exact thing.
First of all, let me let you know what happened before you think.
I know you think you know.
No, okay. Let's talk about it. He said we're gonna march to the Capitol. We're gonna protest like hell. Okay. Did he mean that we're gonna break the Capitol down? Did he say we're
doesn't matter?
Congress
doesn't matter.
Did he say no? These people
does
took
not
it out
matter.
Of hand.
Yeah, he did know that. He was notified the day before.
Yeah. He knew that. No, he knew that was going to happen.
He was going to do a rally. He knew he was going to do a rally.
No.
He was told it could be violent. No, it had the potential.
He was told there was potentiality for violence, that they were getting chatter. That's what he was told. And he was told by Cassidy Hutchinson, can you quell the violence? And he said, no, I won't do it. And then on top of that, when it broke out, while they were violently attacking the Capitol, while people were fearing for their lives, he was calling representatives. He wasn't going out on social media posts and telling them to do it.
They responded to him.
He didn't call them in. They didn't call him in.
He told Nancy Pelosi to do it.
No, he didn't. Nancy Pelosi doesn't have that authority. law for you. I'll read the law for you, man.
Capitol Police. Does she not have? Does she
I'll
not
read
have
the law
We're
for you.
talking
No.
We're not talking Capitol Police, and again, it has to go through a panel, bipartisan panel.
And did you not
Right
see
here, the president. This is right here.
Ten.
10 U.S. code, bro. Stop. 10 U.S. code. It's just you're so violently misinformed. That's the problem. 10 U.S. Code 12406, National Guard and Federal Service Call. This is subsection 3. When the president is unable with the regular forces to execute the laws of the United States, the president shall call into federal service members and units of the National Guard of any state in such numbers as he considers necessary to repeal the invasion, suppress the rebellion, or execute those laws. Orders for these purposes shall be issued through the governors of the states, or in the case of the District of Columbia, through the commanding general of the National Guard of the District of Columbia. The DOD had the option. Hold on a second. The DOD had the option to send in the National Guard, okay, to not overrule Trump, but to do it. And they didn't do it. And do you know why they cited they didn't do it?
Why did you do it? Please.
In their words, they were concerned that Donald Trump was going to use the National Guard to overthrow the United States government.
Oh, come on. That's
words.
so dumb. Why would
I know.
Yes,
Facts
you are.
over feelings.
he has the
they really are.
He has the Constitution to check it. He has the Supreme Court to check it.
He
But, like,
tried to overthrow it. I don't know.
And his
what you're
argument in
getting
court
about
right
this.
now is that he didn't take an oath to the
I
Constitution.
can't believe you guys actually believe that.
I can't
This is
believe
what
you
he
actually
said.
believe the people. I can't believe you actually believe the people that literally were in the room. I can't believe that. That's so wild. I know. Facts don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings.
So I'm
The
just
National Guard was not called in because Donald Trump didn't call them in because he didn't want it to stop. He wanted it to continue. He wanted them to overthrow the
Yeah,
government.
because he
wanted
really
remain as
wanted to see the
president.
Capitol destroyed and people killed and all that. Yes, because
No, he
Yep.
wanted to see himself installed as president.
that is
didn't care.
ridiculous. There's
Then
a
why would he?
man. Do you
Why
have
would
a
he
counter?
call in? Why would he call in electors and forge fake slates to get him certified?
Dude, you don't know anything. Okay?
Yes, I
You don't
do.
know anything.
No, you don't.
No, you
I'm
don't.
just some blind Republican that's just
Yes.
so
yeah,
blind,
yeah.
You're a
doesn't know-
young, naive, blind Republican.
so-
Yep.
oh,
Can you
it's-
address to me? Can you? So hold on. Let's stay on this then. Okay. We'll just stay on this. Donald Trump, right here, per 10 USC 12406, is the person to have called in the National Guard. He was the one that was supposed to call it in. That's what the law says. Donald Trump did not call in the National Guard then, correct?
He didn't call him. Okay.
If Donald Trump, per this law, is the one that's supposed to call in the National Guard, it would be Donald Trump's responsibility for not calling in the National Guard, correct?
Sure.
Awesome.
So he was derelict.
But let me.
Tony Polisi here. You gotta go. Gian, appreciate it. Thank you. Paid the kid. Can we get some dubs in the chat for Gian? I think it's Gian. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Like I said, and this is the way that Republicans operate, and I'm calling it aerial bombardment. And I've seen it for so long. Like this is what I'm calling it. Is when you run through all of the talking points with absolutely zero intention of giving a shit about whether or not the previous one was debunked. You just literally, here you go. It's similar to a Gish Gallop.
Right.
but
It's
just,
why
I'm gonna
no
run through
one
the talking
has
points.
ever even sought to address the crazy shit that Trump has said. It immediately becomes,
No.
what about Biden?
Yeah, everybody.
No
It's
one has
either what about
responded to the
Biden or
magnet, to the Hannibal Lecter thing. No one said a word about that.